Hi everyone, it's Derek from the iReady podcast here, and this is my reaction to the 2-1 win against Livingston in the Premiership today. Finally, we've got our first 3 points of the season. Diabolical to actually say that. However, it changes the needle not one bit. The performance today was just dire. There was a 10-minute period in the first half where we actually were really good. We were forward thinking, we were trying to get forward, we were being inventive. Look what happened, we got a goal and we got a penalty. It dropped off after that, and then the second half was an abject failure up until maybe the last couple of minutes in injury time, when we again, funnily enough, tried to get forward. We were trying to be inventive, we were being fast attacking, and look what happened, we got the goal. I don't know what it is in this team and the management that don't seem to understand that you need to do that for 90 minutes, or at least do it for the first 60 minutes, kill off the game easy, and then you can have an easier game after that. I really just don't get it. So as I said, yes, we got the 3 points, but we're too far gone with this management now. The same tactics were getting us absolutely nowhere, and arguably we were quite lucky to get away with that again today. It should have been a draw. Yes, I know we had the ball in the back of the net, which we'll get into. Yes, we had a penalty which was missed, but it's not the point, because as much as we scored one goal from open play, we done nothing else after that. So we had 3 changes from the Genk game. We lined up Butland, Tavernier, Suter, Cornelius, Menghoma, Raskin, Barron, Asgard, Gassama, Antman and Majovski. On the subs bench we had Kelly, Aarons, Rothwell, Chermiti, Diamande, Barami, Jigga, Moore and Curtis. So in the 4th minute, Livingston down the right, they get the ball into the box. Butland hesitated, he started to charge out, the attacker gets a shot off and a big block by Butland. 12th minute, Tavernier or Suter, I can't remember who it was, plays the ball from the right to the centre to Raskin, who has a lovely dink ball over the top of the defence to Majovski. The ball slows up on the bounce, but Majovski managed to get a shot off, but it went over the bar. It was a really nice move. It should have been on target at least though, however. On the 23rd minute, we went 1-0 up. We were moving the ball quickly for a change. A long ball from the centre to the left to Gassama, gets by his player, he crosses in, it was overhit, went right to the back post. Antman does well to keep it in with one touch, back to the centre of the box, and Tavernier with a side foot type kick thing, and as he was falling, and puts the ball into the back of the net. Overall, a really good, well worked goal there, and that's when we were actually starting to play. Try to be inventive, getting the ball forward, moving with intent. We hadn't seen that up until that point there. 25th minute, a penalty to Rangers. There was a VAR check as Raskin was getting his shirt pulled in the build up to a corner. It was quite clear there was a handful of his shirt. Raskin does go down a wee bit easy, but the rules are rules and the penalty was given. However, up steps Tavernier on the 28th minute. He shoots down the centre and the keeper saves with the trailing leg. It was arguably a poor penalty there. 37th minute, a nice move, getting the ball down the left with Gassama. A lovely cut back to the touchline to Barron at the edge of the box, who has a shot on the deck going towards the right corner, and the keeper manages to get a hand to it and gathers. That was a good effort there. 41st minute, a great corner from Tavernier from the right to the back corner of the 6-yard box, and a shot off the thigh of Suter, and a great save by the keeper at close range, eventually knocked away. And to round out the first half, we had the ball in the back of the net on the 43rd minute, but it was ruled out for an apparent handball. It was a free kick from Tavernier on the right, header into the middle. Raskin gets his head to it, went to the back post, off the arm of Cornelius, which was by his side, bear in mind, and he stabbed it into the back of the net. It looked more offside than anything, which would have been fine, but his arm was down by his side. But apparently the rules are if it leads directly to a goal, then it's ruled off. But again, it was by his side. How can it be a handball? I mean, I'll admit that I don't have a clue what the handball rules are anymore, so it might be correct, it might not be. Into the second half, no changes, and it was really poor. Pretty much the whole second half, we never kicked on at all. Livingston on the 50th minute, a long ball over the top of our defence, snuck into the box, a clash with Suter and the attacker goes down. Offside was called anyway. It was a nothing challenge, but it was a dangerous attack anyway. 62nd minute, a throw in our half from Livingston. Some inventiveness from them with a back heel in our box and a quick shot at an angle on the left side forces Butland into a good save and out for the corner. And Livingston drew level on the 68th minute to make it one each. It was a throw from Livingston near the touchline in our half, a long cross into the middle in between our defenders, and a header into the back of the net. 73rd minute, Ant-Man, Asgard and Cornelius off, Chermiti, Rothwell and Aaron's on. I think Cornelius had picked up a wee knock there as well. 81st minute, Livingston with a shot over the bar. 81st minute, Barron and Migoma off, Moore and Barami on. 84th minute, we had a back heel at the edge of the Livy box for Moore to shoot, but it was right at the keeper. Really should have just blasted that one there. 93rd minute, Rothwell crosses into the box from the right into the middle. Miovski headers and the keeper fingertips it over the bar. Unlucky that one there. We were pressing on here, we're actually getting a wee bit headway, and on the 94th minute, Aarons makes it 2-1. There was a corner in from the right, bounces through the middle and evades everyone. Aarons with a low sweeping shot into the bottom left corner. So overall a really good goal, but we left it to the last minute and it's not good enough at all. We had all this time, all the game to actually start to force the play, trying to come out. We're just largely doing none of that, and we're doing it in fits and starts. This is why I think there's actually something in the players, but the tactics are just all wrong. So as I said, it'll not move the needle on the manager situation for pretty much all the fans there, but I'm sure in his post-match press conference, Martin will come out all sweetness and light and all that and say, oh, see, we told you. I'm not interested anymore. The game was abysmal. Yes, we got the 3 points, but Livingston are no great shakes, and this is the problem. We're making other teams look great, and we should be on top of these teams. Just get the result, get the goal straight on, and then you can start relaxing. But the team seems to think they can relax early on in games. However, that leads us on to the next game, which is on Thursday. That's a 8 o'clock kick-off away against Sturm Graz in the Game 2 of the Europa League. We'll see what happens then. So all that's left to say is thanks for listening and goodbye.